know. Oh, I've got physics.
Hello.
At least you laugh at my jokes. No one else does. How you doing?
I think it's because no one else could be heard. Doing be fine, just excited for this match. I didn't really see the first game of, if I'm not wrong, Silver against Team Artisan.
Yes, we have Silver versus Team Artisan. This is going to be the first match. It was postponed because of time, and the draft is probably going on your screens right now. Koshka has been banned finally. Koshka's like never been picked, but she's banned. So okay.
And they decided to ban Lara in return. I think it's a pretty decent response. And then we have a Dajo pick, which is so I
possibly
think it's just
the best flex pick in the game. He can run lane, jungle, roam. He's just great.
Yeah, he's really good as a flex pick. I would say in this patch, I guess in these recent patches, he isn't that good as a jungler. He's still viable, but he's more put into the lane or roam position. I'm hoping that Team Artisan here will catch on and pick a Fortress in response later on, sometime in the draft. But no, they decided to pick Lance. They said that
the big Fortress, like we even say in the breaks, like why don't pick Fortress is ridiculously strong. Like I'm just so strong that it scares people. Like Fortress is banned in EU sometimes, right? It's just like SEA, come on, give me some of my Fortress power. Fortress power, yeah. That was
power.
Yeah. But yeah, let's see what their second ban is going to be. They've got the Lance. They're going to eat into their bonus time actually, and go where they won't go from there. I don't know what they pick from this. Like, do you think they're obviously just going to go a comfort pick? Because I doubt they're going to ban a Fortress. They're probably going to target ban, or it's definitely going to be a select ban at this point to work with their comp. But I don't even know what anyone would pick at this stage.
I would say like ban wise, I would say ban Ringo, because I'm just looking towards a Fortress pick to counter Dajo, but okay, fine.
They banned Kestrel. Kestrel has not even been picked once. All banned. This is the first Kestrel ban that I think I remember. And no, I wouldn't. Like, her CP is good, but just if you see a Kestrel, just run a pedal. it's not even too difficult to counter CP Kestrel. Like,
it's just like vision and everything.
Ozo's been banned, and he's won one game today. Weapon power Ozo, in my opinion, can be worth a ban in the right situation. If you have a healer like a Dajo or Lyra, CP Ozo, in my opinion, he doesn't merit a ban.
I'm just really confused why they would ban Ozo, especially when they have a Dajo on their team. Why would they ban?
Well, they can't pick Ozo because of Lance, and Lance just destroys Ozo's day because the Githyank will just pulls him out the Acrobat. So I guess it's so they don't get it, but within a Dajo, Ozo damage is just going to get healed up pretty much instantaneously. So yeah, it's a meh. This is a meh draft right now. Let's see what the strategy comes. Bonus time.
It could be I guess it could be a targeted ban, like banning Kestrel. Maybe there's someone on Team Silver that has a really good Kestrel play.
Maybe, but there's a Ringo.
Yeah, Ringo, pretty standard lane pick.
Yeah, pretty standard, pretty standard. I'm not sure what they'd run into that though. Or if you got the Adagio, would you run like a melee laner just to put some pressure onto Ringo, or run a Gwen? I want to see CP Gwen. I want to see CP Gwen. I don't care.
CP Gwen does a lot of damage. It's just like burst, and we saw it for the first time in like Worlds under Infamous Legion Spaghetti quite a while Dev Q, and she's pretty strong. But the problem about CP Gwen is that it takes so much gold to get her online, to buy the Shatterglass, Clockwork, and get everything on her, and laning on her is pretty difficult as well. So
yeah,
hopefully we might see a CP Gwen.
There's the alpha. It's going to be weapon power Gwen, which against the Ringo probably will win that fight every day, regardless. Like the Ringo's burst is just that little bit better. So
I can just hear that disappointment in your voice going on. Oh,
yeah,
no
it is.
Gwen.
I'm genuinely really disappointed. But I'm not sure what the last pick would be. Maybe someone mobile, just dance around the alpha. I'm actually looking at Idris on my screen right now, but I'm probably someone more CP like Black Feather. Maybe even a Samuel against the alpha. Sky does really well against alpha. I'm surprised we haven't seen Sky into alpha yet. She just seems like a higher pick. Are you going to disagree with me? Are you going to immediately disagree with me? You just said that.
I would
You
say
are.
like if you're thinking of Sky, Alpha kind of does counter Sky, and she can just dive in so easily into the backline. Ooh,
Wasn't expecting that. That's a good pick against Alpha. That's a hard counter. Always been a hard counter against the Rhyme. The Rhyme's always, in my opinion, been that one that just gives Alpha troubles every single time.
I was considering like Crystal Glaive for a bit because he's just really meta, and if you put enough trust into your laner, you know, you could. Hey, it's just so fun to play as Crystal Glaive. You just go like afterburn out. It's just like
No, he should. No, I don't
Kick
like
him
it.
in the
It's not reliable enough. I don't like it. I'm so against CP Glaive that if I see him played, I just get
It's
angry.
like Crystal Glaive is more of like a semi-support. Like, so you have a secondary support instead of a jungle per se. So you have the Crystal Glaive to afterburn, to basically alter, like to change the control the positioning. But...
Yeah. So like just mess up the enemy team. But there we go. There are the picks. There are the bans. We're expecting some fun stuff, and I know who else is expecting some fun stuff. That's going to be our casters by the names of Malapakarum and Imperium. That was anyway.
Nicely said. That was nicely said. I'm Malapakarum. Imperium, how are we doing, man? What do we think going into this match?
Yeah, I'm really surprised but happy that the Rhyme was picked. I'm a big fan of the Rhyme. One thing that Sketchy Brit said as far as Ringo winning the fight over Gwen every time, that's kind of true, but don't forget we've got the buff on Adagio to help ramp up Gwen's attack damage. So don't underestimate the battle between the two laners of Gwen and Ringo on this side. The bans, on the other hand, were also really surprising. But look, we're into the match, and the Alpha again being picked, a solid pick by Silver, and we'll see how this match goes. What do you think yourself going into this?
Well, I've definitely seen a bit of a trend with bans in the sense sort of characters, things like the Ozo, the Koshka. They're people that are sort of really playmaking junglers, especially in playmaking roles. The Kestrel was actually banned out, I believe, first game of the day, or at least in the first series once. But we have still not seen her played. I don't know if she was particularly ban-worthy in the sense that I agree essentially on that point. But yeah, this is going to be an interesting game for sure. Ringos and Lances, we've seen so many Ringos and Lances, and that Alpha we've seen used to great effect as well. And early back there from the Alpha there, Depression going back just to grab a little bit of extra small items at this 1 minute 30 stage. Yeah, I think both teams playing relatively passive at this stage, but yeah, it could go anywhere right now. I'm glad to see Gwen. I'm glad to see Ryan. Gonna say.
Yeah, same here. I'm a big fan of Gwen and I'm a big fan of Rhyme, and I kind of don't think they're... But mainly because the Vox is so meta at the moment. Oh, sorry, we've just got a bit of an engage by Gingy.
Yeah, Gingy... No, in that sort of scenario, there just looks like... Coming out there. Unfortunately, the rest of his team not in a position to follow up at all. Or get a lockdown, but we do see that Gladiator waiting in the bushes there. Lance making himself known to the enemy team. Killer's in there with the Adagio is just going to help try and poke away at Chingy and just a little bit and utilise the fact that he's got a little bit of sustain to offer Gwen, while meanwhile Lance can't do the same for that Ringo. They're both playing relatively passive and very lane focused. If I could give you all their into, but definitely just going down. That was huge damage there. Not expecting that coming out of Depression as we see the Lance going down to the Alpha, and that's going to be the first kill of the game going over to the blue team.
Yeah, the Lance on Delphi. One thing I want to point out was I love the fact that he did get a weapon blade to begin with. I do like Lance with weapon blade. It shows a bit of aggression. But in that last engagement, Adagio was getting these little pokes on Delphi, and Delphi had his back turned to the Adagio, and we both know with the shield on Delphi, he doesn't take as much damage when he's facing the enemy hero. So it surprised me that he let himself get attacked from the back. And then when it did come to an engage from Silver, Delphi was too low that he could really do anything to defend himself.
Yeah, Killer's in taking a lot of damage there from back off, heals himself, but it's going to take a few more of those before he's in a good position. Depression there was looking to back, but he's flared out by Delphi. Delphi does do a little bit of damage there. The Impale missing, and Depression is going to back off as well, and that's going to leave Lake in here just waiting in the lane as the jungle does intensify. This would be a good opportunity for a... Oh, I don't think they know that Lance is in that bush. There's a good Impale, but good Githyan wall as well. Does allow for cheat. But that's going to be it there. Delphi is going to have to back off now as Killer's in makes his way back into lane on foot.
Yeah, the Shinji wasn't quite close enough to the Gwen to make a difference, but it was a great impale by Delphi to kind of show that he's not afraid to be aggressive and to make sure that the Gwen will be aware of Delphi come later on in the game. But what is, even though it's kind of been quite slow in terms of passing between the two teams, we do have Silver showing a lead of nearly a K now, nearly 5 minutes in, and it seems like we're getting a bit of an engagement on both teams. We'll hand over to you for that.
Yeah, no, both teams, they're looking to both changing their mind at the last and making their way back to lane. Like I said before, an extremely lane-focused game thus far. Almost completely neglectful of the jungle, but you do see a lot of damage coming down onto Silver team, and Silver, meanwhile, Killer's in, taking so much damage from Chingy. Chingy just in the back line, doing real good damage, but those crits starting to come out from Gwen there, doing good damage to Chingy in return. Killer's in a bad position there, and we see Ryan doing the best he can, but that's not going to be enough as Chingy does pick up that kill onto the Gwen. Depression now in a bad position as they are forced the boots out of there. Killer's in doing what he can to keep them at bay. Re-engage from Depression, Githyan Water away from Delphi. Well, further engage coming out, and it is going to secure the kill. I don't know why. There's the ultimate coming out. So I don't know why they've not just away, but that's going to be an ace and a huge play by Depression. Dajo picking up a kill there for good measure as well. 4-1 and an early ace there. This is going to put them in a really good position to try and push some damage down onto this turret and hopefully get a little bit of jungle as well from. But all team members back up and running because it is only 6 minutes in this game. But that is going to be probably a turret going down, in fact. I think, yeah, they're going to manage to secure it, and that's going to be a turret going down. First one of the game going out 6 minutes in favour of Team Silver.
Yeah, Team Artisan did great to get that initial kill on Lei King to begin with, but they probably overstepped and outstayed their welcome going forward because Depression on the Alpha is doing solid damage already, getting that Aftershock and a Swift Shooter, so he's getting that quicker basic attack going, and it didn't really pay off for Team Artisan. On a side note, I've just been informed that Ching Yi is how you pronounce his name, so I do apologize if I said it right, and also it's Delfire as well. Yeah. These are kind of strange kind of IGNs for me, so I do apologize if I'm saying these wrong, but I'm trying to get them right from that point of view.
Cool.
So
yeah, to be fair, I don't think I did any better. I think I got Delfire right, but I did not. So yeah, we can see the flare is put out there just to double check that from the enemy team is going to be in a position to stop them taking that immense gold payout as they take the first gold mine of the game also at 7 minutes. And that's going to put them in a decent gold lead, sitting at 17.6 to the 14.8 of the enemy team. And I think definitely Silver putting their foot down early in this game.
Yeah, they are, and then also you see Killozen, if that's how you say it right, starting to put that little bit of vision down, putting those couple of scout traps just to make sure they have that control in the jungle kept up. But we see Ching Yi's doing damage on the turret, and will he get caught out? Will he? Oh no, he gets away there now, so it's pretty solid.
Yeah, it looks close there for a second, but Chingy just does manage to dash away without that turret to help give him that little bit of thing. He does go for a back there, but a little bit of a lazy back. Would have been a bad position there, would have probably been stopped by Killers in had he stayed there. You do see now that is engage coming off from Depression. Pressure taking a little bit of damage from the Rhyme in return, but nothing huge at this stage in the game. Good defensive position from Team Artisan. We managed to get a good damage down to Mekien. Delphi is going down a good Kithian wall. Tops versus Judgment there from Killers in. We do see that's a huge kill and pick up by the Alpha onto the Rhyme, which is great to see because obviously that Rhyme pretty much counter to the Alpha. That's a good block there from Mekien, and that's going to be a second turret destroyed at 8 minutes. This is huge play from Silver. They're really dominating this game in the early stages.
Yeah, there was a great Githian wall by Delphire to block the Adagio ult. Sorry, don't remember the name. So that was great.
Versus Judgment.
Apologies. Yeah, but overall, Silver just really, with that buff from Adagio, it's really playing to Silver's strength. With that, Alpha is putting in that damage on the Aftershock and going into the Broken Myth. Gwen is in the positioning of the Gwen is absolutely fantastic. Not overextending too much, not letting the Rhyme get to her, or even Qing Yi on the Ringo. And overall, Silver are playing just a bit more in sync with each other. And it's paying off because they're controlling the jungle, they're controlling the fights, and Team Artisan can make it happen. We're into the fight there.
Yeah, I'd say we can see that cohesion ultimate there from Thing, and the re-engagement from Depression doesn't quite pan out, but it does drive Team Artisan all the way back again, back to their turret. You were talking about the cohesion, and I think you really saw it, like sort of the way they moved through that jungle there as a group, and the way they engaged with very good focus on the target. And it's allowed them to move to the gold mine now as we see another objective going towards Silver. So yeah, really good point you made there. Completely obvious in the way they're playing.
Yeah, and they've got a 5k gold lead now. They're really ramping this lead up. See, one thing on the side of Artisan is that the Rhyme is good, the Rhyme is strong, and especially late game, if he can get his full power stacks up, he does damage, but he's just not as mobile as a Ringo and Delphire on the Lance. Strong, but he needs to make sure that he's not getting too far ahead. But I'll talk that there's a fight engagement going on now, Mal.
Yeah, we do see another engagement coming out. These fights are thick and fast at this stage in the game, not giving us. As we see Silver re-engaging once again onto the enemy team. That's a double kill for the Alpha. Meanwhile, Delphi is being chased down by the Gwen. That's another ace going over to Silver. And what we're seeing is a really dominant performance at this point in time, as Depression manages to pick up a kill onto the Sentry as well. 2 lives remaining for them, but we are seeing a huge, huge snowballing happening here from Team Silver, as they are basically taking full advantage of all the kills they're making. And really great play. And like I said earlier, what they managed to do effectively is capitalize on objectives. So you see Lecky in there baiting out the enemy team, trying to kind of get them to come in a little bit more. There's the engage from the Silver. Really good play on their part. Nicely done. Good block there. Does stop that, but that isn't going to be enough to stop Alpha on her. Gwen picking up that with a huge crit. There's the further engage. Depression pops the ultimate. Is going to try and use it to break down this as the ace does hit, and that's going to be another turret going in their favour. Depression is going to come alive just in time as they push in on this with ace buff minions. This could be game right here, right now. Are they going to do it? We've got a Rhyme up already. Versus Judgment comes down to do huge damage. Ace buff minions, and Depression is on the back line. Leikien is doing as much damage as they can. And this is going to be the quickest game we've seen today at 12 minutes. Wow. And that is going to be the Vanquish going down. GG, Team Silver.
That overwhelmed me a little bit, to be honest. The fantastic aggression and pushing forward an objective movement by Silver, that waiting in the bush of the jungle to surprise Team Artisan. They dominated the game. That excellent comp from them. Rhyme didn't have any weapons.